your constipation, but you won't even let me fart in my own home.
Every time I leave the room, I hear you farting. You're always farting. Why can't you just go into the bathroom like a normal person?
I'm a husband who likes to fart.
And now, back to the Big Dumb Fun Show.
The Big Dumb Fun Show, where we talk about those everyday common occurrences that men and women go through, like farting.
I guess I let out a fart in the middle of the night, and Tyler so heard it.
Yeah?
And he called me out this morning, but I don't remember.
He didn't wake you up, but it was loud enough it woke him up.
I guess so.
This is the love, this is the joy that will become the Rina Meta family.
I know it's not embarrassing. You've been together 10 years.
Well, I know.
And
you should be able to freely
10 years,
rip it whenever.
He probably never has. It's always been those quiet
Have you always
poos.
held it in?
I don't know. I've never held it in, but I guess this one was like, he said I rocked the bed.
Well.
But
at least, hey, looking on the bright side, at least you didn't crap the bed. I mean, that's
yet to come.
That's yet to come.
Well,
that's something once you get into about 10 to 15 years of marriage. And then you just don't trust.
Are you saying you're crapping the bed?
No, I'm not saying I'm crapping the bed.
You've been married quite a long time.
But I'm saying sometimes
Does
you
it
get to
that point where you're like, I'm not even getting out of this bed to go to the bathroom. It's literally down the hall, but I'm staying right here.
God, it's so warm in this bed.
But it was really funny because when he when he said something about it, I do remember. I think
you recollect
like in your dream.
I guess I let out a fart in my dream, and
a fart does not get past you.
And I think I remember when he said it because I remember going, "Oh, that felt good." And then he said this morning, and he was just too lazy to say anything, but he sure told me this morning.
Like you're shaking the curtains. And you're going to be sharing a house when with this guy?
In about 2 to 3 weeks.
Now, when is he going to join us on the show? I've talked with him briefly at different little Indian shindigs that you've had in the area. Yeah. Okay, the one engagement party.
You can keep telling him. He's just one of those guys who's behind the scenes, and he would get shy and quiet. Unless I give him a few natural ices.
Hey.
Maybe he'll come into the studio.
Load him up with as much natural ice as he like.
This is what you should do. I'll give you his phone number, send him a message, and say, look, we got some beer in the studio.
We're going to play cards.
You have to drink off camera. We're going to play cards. And then get him on
the show. The problem is now that we've said that on the air, we can't actually say that.
Well, he's not listening at the moment because he's playing.
But no, I'm saying, why don't you give me his number, and then we'll text him, and maybe we'll say that we're another chick, and maybe he'll have this conversation, and you'll be able to bust him.
No, I don't. I'm good.
Okay, well, fine. Let's talk more about...
How are we going to get him in the studio for that?
Okay, we're not going to get him in the studio. I'm just thinking about something fun that we could do.
Well, you might as well fun
with him. He's trying to be a troublemaker.
Maybe we should call him. Here's what we should do.
How is it 2 to 3 weeks? I thought you had this all nailed down. You have a move-in date.
Well, we
Nebraska Furniture Mart showing up that Sunday.
Hold on. September 5th
is when we here.
September 5th we get our keys, and then which is a Wednesday, and then Monday after or following that we get all our furniture and stuff. So we don't know when our first night is exactly going to be because I'm not going to sleep on the floor.
You can't just drag a mattress over there?
We're going to, but we're going to wait until that Sunday.
I have a feeling you guys are fancy pants. You're
Hello?
a fancy pants. You're a fancy man, and he's got fancy ways. Now, is he the fancy pants, or are you? I have a feeling that it's you, and that he would sleep in a garage.
Oh, no.
No, he's the fancy pants.
We're both fancy pants.
Oh, my gosh.
Like, he spends more time doing his hair than I do.
No way.
Yeah. Like, I leave with my hair wet.
Are you sure that he's straight?
No, I'm positive.
Oh, okay. Well, fine.
No, he's a good guy. But you got to also understand he comes from an interior decorator background and raised by a bunch of women.
Better than wolves, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's talk about North Korea.
Who says?
Not women wolves, of course.
I'm just saying.
Let's talk about North Korea.
What do you mean wolves? What do you mean not women? Like,
yeah.
How's it go?
Like, just a scratched out hole in the earth underneath a tree would be fine.
No, he's
or wherever you wanted to stay.
He's a good guy. I really like him.
I'm thinking there's 3 levels of fanciness right here. Like Gnirk could literally, I think, if need be, Gnirk could comfortably sleep under a bridge, right? like if it came down to it, he would comfortably. If he said, "Hey, can I sleep in the back of your truck?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, the cab of my truck." No, can I sleep in the back of your truck? Like I think I think you would be comfortable, or not comfortable, but I think you would worst case scenario. You
I
slept
don't
in
know
a
what
lot of
scenario
awkward
would happen
positions.
where I would actually be in the back of his truck because he'd have to leave it at work.
Or I'd be cruising down the highway and he'd be just like getting 40 winks in the back of the truck.
I used
think
to
that.
sleep in the back of my own truck when I had a truck.
Now, for me,
But I would because I would be on the road and I'd be traveling around the country doing comedy.
Yeah.
And so I had like a Dodge or a Datsun B210 with an extended cab, and it had the shell on the back, and I put a bed in the back.
Yeah,
And
an
you had a
actual
little
you
beer.
put a bed in the bed.
I put a bed in the bed of the truck and slept
You
in
just
that.
sleep in the back?
On
Okay.
more than one night.
This does not surprise me at all. But for me, I think
but
I have.
I'm a fancy pants that way.
No. I yeah, because
What's
you
your
use the mattress.
fancy pants?
No, I think I'm a notch above that. Right? I need a bed. I used to go camping and whatnot, so like I can rough it a couple days.
Heck no.
But I'm not going to be able to occupy Wall Street, right? Like I could camp out a little bit. But I need to be in a bed. Like I need to be in a house, and I can't have like
a tent
creaks.
with a fly.
Let me just
And, I
let me
can't do
tell
that.
you, my friends always make fun of me because I was that girl that always went home. Like we would have a huge slumber party and all the girls would stay the night. But we would always stay the night at my house because if we stay the night at anyone else's houses, I leave. I go home. I go to my bed
Why?
because I just like to
That's
sleep
not
in my,
a slumber party.
I just
then.
like to sleep in my own bed and then even
You're
just
bailing out on all your friends.
Loser.
I just
How many of them were Indian?
none.
That's
oh,
why.
so you were the odd Indian
No,
girl.
Yeah,
it's
you're
not
like,
the
oh,
odd
it's you
Indian.
know when you
Even-
left, they were like, you
even
know why it is? It's because she's Indian.
Even till this day, like we'll even plan. I'll stay the night and I end up leaving in the middle of the night because I just want to go home and go to my bed. So I'm a fancy pants, but
So how's that going to work when you get this place with Tyler?
Oh, it'll work because that's going to be our new beginning.
I'm sure it's a really nice place. You'll have nice, brand new furniture from
It's a
Nebraska
nice
Furniture Mart.
apartment. It's a
Most
very
people,
nice. It's smaller.
when they're first starting out,
It's smaller.
they got like a couch to sleep on. Their blankets on the floor is the guest room. Like it's just ridiculous.
Dishes from
let me
Craigslist.
Yeah,
let me
exactly.
throw this out here. Tyler and I come from fancy pants backgrounds, and we
Well,
are.
because you had slaves.
Well, we did not have slaves.
Your
and
parents
we're
had- your
starting.
parents had
our
slaves.
apartment is small, but
They
you
were
know,
just
we
in
are
a different class.
we are getting a new bed. I mean, we got a new couch.
You wore out the other one. You dog.
What do you mean? No, we're not getting a new bed. We're bringing his
No,
bed. But I mean a new
she's
bed
leaving
frame.
her bed at home to try to mark her territory.
Exactly.
Nobody better touch that bed.
Exactly.
Ross McGinnis also joins
Sorry,
us.
go ahead.
What's going on, Ross?
I was going to say, having done a lot of the same comedy gigs that Aaron has
Have
done.
you slept in his truck?
No.
Oh.
But sleeping under a bridge would be a step up in a lot of cases from the motel rooms.
Going back to that, Gnirk has told me about some situations where he's like, oh, I have to stay in a youth hostel. I have to stay.
I don't have
in
to.
a-
I do. I
in-
don't have a problem with
In
it.
a band house. No, there's no way in
I
hell.
could not
No,
do
band
that.
house, I'm a little more. I'd rather stay at a youth hostel than a band house.
I could not do that. You know how people travel overseas and they
Exactly.
I could not do it. And they do backpacking.
When
Heck
Gnirk
no.
last traveled to Chicago, he stayed in a youth hostel. A group full of just a bunch of dudes, bunk beds, one bathroom.
There-
Gross.
There
No,
were women
thank
there.
you.